All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live right here on YouTube, and welcome to another special episode of Sports to Talk About. And today there will be no intro, no scores, no reviews. Today we're going to talk about what happened last night to Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin, and I'm going to read the rundown on what happened in the immediate release from the family of Damar Hamlin. The family of Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin released a statement Tuesday today to express sincere gratitude for the outpouring of support and followed a terrifying scene during Monday night's game in Cincinnati that left Hamlin in critical condition. Uh, Hamlin's Hamlin's family asked for continued prayers and support in their message, while also thanking more than 150,000 fans that have donated nearly 4 million to his charity toy drive fund. On behalf of our family, this is our quote: "On behalf of our family, we want to express our sincere gratitude for the love and support shown to Damar during the challenging time. We are deeply moved by the prayers and kind words and donations from fans around the country." The statement read. We also want to acknowledge the dedicated first responders and healthcare professionals at the University of Cincinnati Medical Center who have provided exceptional care to Damar. We feel so blessed to be a part of the Buffalo Bills organization and to have their support. We also want to thank Coach Taylor and the Bengals for everything they've done. Um, and it's a statement. Uh, this is posted by on Twitter from Ian Rappaport. The immediate release. It said, "From the family of Damar Hamlin, on behalf of our family, we want to express our sincere gratitude for the love and support shown to Damar during this challenging time. We are deeply moved by the prayers, kind words, and donations from fans around the country. We also want to acknowledge dedicated first responders." Exactly what I read. Your generosity and compassion mean the world to us. Please keep Damar in your prayers, and we will release updates as soon as we have them. Thank you from the Hamlin family. So yesterday, Damar Hamlin, as the world knows, he made a tackle on wide receiver for the Bengals, T. Higgins, and went into a cardiac cardiac arrest,
Yeah,
and very very scary moment for anybody. Uh, period, whether you're a football fan or not. And we here on the Real Sports Podcast, nobody's a Buffalo Bill fan, but I mean, it's
it
it's
don't
not
matter.
even it's not even about football. It's about this guy and his life, and these football players. I think they need to be a little bit more respected than what they do because I mean, this guy, the football players, man, they put their lives on the line to entertain us, and this right here should be honored even more, And I'm grateful that for what I've heard that he is breathing on his own for right now. For what I heard, he's still in critical condition, but for what I heard, he's still breathing and stuff, man. But as watching it live, man, it's just very very touching, and it's just bad, man. It's just it scare you. It scared me, and it's like, whoa, man. I didn't see it coming, and you don't expect anything like that watching a game of football. And I was really worried, like to the point when Ryan Shazier for the Pittsburgh Steelers, man, when he got hurt, I mean, that threw me for a loop, and I never seen anything like this. And to see the Buffalo Bills gather, and guys had tears in the eyes, and it's just a sad um, situation that happened. But the great thing is, they got his heart back beating, thank goodness. And like I said, from what I've heard, he is breathing on his own. Um, man, just a sad thing, man. And Street, you know CPR, you are CPR, and
Yeah.
man, you want to touch on what
Yeah.
CPR is about and
Yeah.
anything.
Well, yes, I'm a CPR instructor for y'all that don't know. I like to say, my thoughts and prayers are with the Hamlin family. This is something I know that as a parent, I can just imagine how the mother felt and how the parents felt, watching this with their son. But in saying that, I am a CPR instructor, and he was very, very, it was very important for them to have uh, that first aid right there for him immediately. CPR is an act of compressing the heart for a person. Basically, when your heart stops beating, it's compressing the heart and giving rescue breaths for a person. It's very, very important, man. That the big thing that I took from this, it is very important that someone in your family knows CPR.
Hmm.
Um, it can save lives. This brother, the compressions immediately, the defibrillator that they had on hand was one of the key reasons that he's alive today. Um, it is so important that you have at least one person, maybe two, at least one in your home that knows CPR. But it can happen at any time, at any age, and it's not a very hard skill to learn. You can learn it within an hour's time, if not sooner. That I can teach a lot of people, or anyone can learn CPR by going to one of your first aids, American Heart Association, so forth, and get this skill. But it's very,
Hmm.
very important that you learn this. And it's one of the key reasons that the brother's still alive and breathing on his own. Hopefully, with him being young, it'll play a part for him, hopefully for a speedy recovery.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
I have never seen anyone on the football field have CPR administered in my lifetime of me watching football. And I don't want to date myself, but I've been watching football for over 40 years, and I've never seen anything like this. We was talking earlier, what I've seen it happen more in basketball than I
Hmm.
have football in my lifetime. But no, I haven't seen it on the football field. But personally, if you have to give and I could tell. I was telling you earlier before the show. I could tell by the
Hmm.
reaction of the people face that it wasn't a normal injury. I looked right at my partner that I was watching the game with, and I said,
Yeah.
"Man, they're giving
Right.
that brother CPR." And he
Hmm.
said, "Why you say that?" I can look at the faces, and if you ever seen anyone have CPR administered, it's
Hmm.
just this look of the crowd around him. But thank God he has some of the best care on hand. And like I said, man, it's really important that you take the time to learn. It can take you no longer than an hour to learn this skill, and it can save your life. Your children
Hmm.
should know it. Like me as a father, I'm old. I'm almost 50. Especially if you
Hmm.
have high blood pressure runs in your family. You should at least have one person, and you definitely should learn how to give CPR.
Mm. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man. Yeah, most definitely. Whew, man. All right, Philly G.
Yeah.
Um, I'm sorry, guys. As we talk about it, I'm trying to
Yeah, I understand, bro.
my mind straight on it, man. Um, much like I was saying before the show started, um, I'll start with when I was watching the game. I was watching it. I saw the play happen. I didn't see him fall, but when I looked up, he was like just laying still, like it was like he wasn't breathing, which I believe he wasn't at the time. Um, they had went to commercial break. I turned the channel to Monday Night Raw, thinking this was a normal injury. Hope that he's okay. I go back. They're administrating the CPR. They're talking about giving him oxygen, and I'm like, yo, this is something deep. Um, later on into the night, after they had taken him off the field or whatever, I was basically like talking to my mom about it. Like they should cancel this game. If they're gonna postpone it. But at the same time, it's not about the game anymore. This young man is what 24,
Mm-hmm.
and his life means more than a football game.
Mm-hmm.
It did bring me to tears at some point because I did something inside me wanted to see what happened, like the part that I missed.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing him fall like that, I couldn't finish watching it, knowing what happened after. But I want to send my thoughts and prayers to his family. I hope that this is this is it's a positive sight to see him breathing on his own.
Oh, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
My
Yeah.
bad, guys, if I'm a loss for words, but I'm trying to get it together.
Yeah, bro.
You all right, bro?
Nah, it's dope. It's all right, man.
It's
Yeah.
just hard, to see a player laying there like they can't move, nothing. They're not
Yeah.
breathing. That's scary as hell, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know this young man at all, but that's just like the human in us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Care about that person. That is a person. That is a human being. That is no longer. I mean, it's not a football player, regardless. It's a human
Mhm.
being before a
Mhm.
football player.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, that's all I can say, guys.
I feel you, bro. Take
I'm
your
all
take a minute.
I'm trying to.
Let's move on to the OG.
Yeah.
Man. I mean, very tragic moment. Prayers go out to him and his family. I'm kind of, I'm a, y'all know I'm the old school guy here, and I've been watching football for a long time, and I've seen different eras of football, and some of the type the a part of the era of football I've seen that none of y'all never seen. Y'all might seen on film strip, but you never seen every Sunday like I seen when I was a little kid. And you seen gruesome hits. You seen people lay down on the field. You seen ambulance come on the field. I mean, that was almost like a constant. That's when football is a gladiator sport. So that never, when I was a little boy, that never left my mind. Even though the game changed, the way they played football never left my mind. How gruesome it used to look, And so, and I'm glad that I don't see it as much as I used to see it when I was a little boy. But with Tua and what happened to this young man, this things happen. I mean, it's football, and so I look at it kind of different. I'm kind of like I've seen things like similar like this before, so I can kind of handle it better. Much as the new school football watchers, but my biggest thing is the concern with our young football players that's coming up in life, our children that want to play football. And now these mothers are watching football now. And so they're watching football more than women used to watch football. And they're seeing these people like they're seeing Tua and Hamlin and the way they're living on the field. And they don't want that to happen to their baby. And so, as a father, your son want to play football, but the mother's like, no, that's not going to happen to my child. And so this is what we got to look out for now. This is what's probably going to be happening. And they're not going to, we know that football is not, they're not going to end football. Football is not going to never go nowhere. But just the visual with the women, I can see them wanting to pull the reins back on their child. I can see that. And you got a father there that want their child to play sports, even though they seen that, and it's like, well, that happens, but the ratio, that doesn't happen, out of so many men or whatever, so many players, but that's what a lot of young fathers in a household with a son and want to play. I think that's what you're gonna have to start dealing with. Mm-hmm. You got to start dealing with the visual of this game and things like this happen. And you have to convince your wife or convince your girl or whoever the mother might be that, well, baby, hey, this, that, this, and they ain't trying to hear it because of what they seen. And I really feel, like I said, man, that was tragic, and it really was. And like I say, I'm an old school guy, and I've seen things similar to that nature when I was a little boy, and I really thought, hey, that, all right, this football, this is see a man laid out like that. I see it every Sunday. But now, that I don't see it as much. I kind of got away from it, but it never left my mind. And then I see this again, and I say, well, this is a gladiator sport. No matter how much it done changed, it is a glass. So people won't have to get used to just visually seeing things, you know. And so I'm glad that that they, you know, they canceled the game, and we're all here talking about it, and our hearts go out to him and his family, and so we just got to know in the future, you know, and just to look at as far as children that want to play part one of football, you know, and a lot of mothers, they're gonna pull the reins back on that. They really gonna pull the reins. And so I don't know how that's going to be, how that's going to be talked amongst, or those of you out here raising children, or those who want to have children, or you have sons that you want to put on the football field. I mean, this is going to be a tough topic. So that's generally in all a nutshell I got to say about
it. Okay. D-Reg.
Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to see what happened. I actually kind of seen it through Facebook when young Mark had posted it. He was like, prayers up for him. But first and foremost, definite thoughts and prayers go out to him and his family. It is a positive to hear that he is actually able to breathe on his own, which is a great thing. You know, you're gonna have to take a little baby steps to, you know, get back on your feet, but at least you're able to still breathe. That's a positive right there, because I, like Q Dog said, this is a violent sport. You know, you have to enter this sport at your own risk, and know that a lot of things is gonna go your way, but then a lot of things can go that opposite direction that don't benefit you. And I just hope that the NFL does something to try to eliminate a lot of these incidences. And I hope last night was like an eye opener for them to like really like come down. Like, listen, we gotta figure something out to try to save a lot of these young up and comers, and even with the vets that's still there too. Got to find some way to try to save them and take them out of the harm's way from these these vicious hits that can come about from anywhere. You know, and I really hope and pray that he has a speedy recovery. And you know what I'm saying, my condolences to the family. You know, I'm praying for him to pull through.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Rock.
Okay, well, just to kind of piggyback on what happened, you know, I do, I agree with you know what Q Dog was talking about. You know, I'm actually a father. I got 3 boys, 12, 7, and a 4-year-old. My son 4 years old. You know, my 12-year-old son wanted to get into football. You know, and things of that nature. And you know, I know that my sons after him are gonna want to do the same thing when they get to that point. So I have been, you know, trying to get them into other sports as well, just to save that pressure and things of that nature. Because as a parent, you look and you see what happened last night. Your first instinct is, yo, I don't want to put my son in those situation, or you know, as a father and looking at it over again, man. The first thing I said to myself is, I wouldn't know what I would do if that was my kid playing on that field like that, you know. So, you know, as a parent, you know, I just feel for his parents, you know, not knowing him. You know, he was well loved in the community in Pittsburgh, things of that nature. You know, Mike Tomlin, Ryan Clark, they spoke highly of Damar Hamlin. Excuse me, don't want to butcher the brother's name. However, things of that nature, I just look at it like it's a scary sight to see, and you know, I just don't know how am I gonna go about it as being a parent. I don't think honestly, my son's mom, she wanted him to play football, you know. So, and he wants to play. So I'm like I'm all for it. I just want him to be safe, you know. And when your son put on that helmet, put on them pads, it's like a shield. It's supposed to be a shield and an armor for him. But from what we seen last night, it's like not even what they have on can protect them from certain things as far as like with cardiac arrest, that your heart, brain trauma, those things suddenly just they don't have a time frame. It just happens. And like
Mhm.
Wall Street said, it's definitely important to have somebody in your family to know CPR, to know those things, because it is a life-saving situation. And that's the best thing that happened last night, was that the individuals there, the medics, was able to save his life, so he can be able to see another day. Don't know if he got kids, don't know if he got wife or a girlfriend or things of that nature, but at least he can be able to they can be able to see him again,
Yeah.
help him get through it, things of that nature, and his
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
teammates as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Whether he plays or not, as long as he's there.
yeah, that's the most important thing. But
Yeah, and the support cast, man. It's good to have that
mhm.
support.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
but
Mm-hmm.
but other than that, that's pretty much the only thing I have to necessarily say about the situation, about
Okay.
the tragic situation that occurred last night.
Okay. Mr. President.
Uh, Definitely want to send my thoughts and prayers to his family and the Bills Mafia and to even the Bengals fans that were there in attendance that had to witness that last night. It was incredibly scary to see. Like I texted host right after it happened because I had like so many different thoughts going through my mind, honestly. Um, but it, hearing the coverage of what happened, it kind of puts a lot of things into perspective for you. On a personal note, I'm 25, and hearing it, he and I are practically the same age as like me and Philly G. Um, it really did something to me, especially considering it wasn't that long ago. We lost Dwayne Haskins, and Dwayne Haskins is about the same age as me and Philly G. And when you see people your age dealing with stuff like that, or where their life is at risk like that, you can't help but think, damn, this could happen to anybody at any time. And you definitely want to cherish the times you have, and live life to the fullest while you're here. um the incident was so rare. I listened to a cardiologist talk about it on a sports show that I listened to out of Texas, and he mentioned there is a database in America that monitors situations like this, where like the blunt force trauma causes the cardiac arrest. And they said that, out of the millions of people that live in America, um, incidents like this only happen like 10 to 15 times a year. Excuse me, my voice cracks a little bit, but
Yeah.
this is something that's incredibly rare. But I'm just so grateful, not only for the medical staff and their um, quickness in helping him and in administering the first aid that they did, but on a personal note, I'm very very thankful that his mom was there at the game when it happened. I know it's definitely terrible that she had to witness her child get hurt like that, but from the parent's perspective, I'm not a parent myself, but I have a gut feeling like if something happens to your child, you want to be right there with them instead of trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to get cross country to be with my child during this traumatic situation. So I'm thankful that she was able to immediately get by his side, and from what I've heard, she hasn't left since, and I'm thankful um, for that. And definitely hate that this happened to him like that, and just on a non-sports related note, I'm thankful for you guys and for the platform to be able to talk to you guys about this, because this really did wreck my mental health after this happened. Like having an impromptu therapy session today with my therapist because I was so messed up in the head about all this. So being able to be amongst you guys and talk to you guys about this is very helpful to me personally. So I thank y'all for putting on the brave face to come on here and talk about it.
Well, that's
Hey,
why.
we all here, young man. We a brotherhood,
That's
and
right.
that's
And
one of the things that we need to, embark on more. Like if one of our brothers is feeling down, we got to be there for them,
yeah,
no matter what
and
the situation is.
And
I
I was
mean,
saying that too. Like last night, we seen a lot of brothers come together and just let their emotions flow. And sometimes I'm not even just saying, but as brothers, period. Not even whether you black, white, Mexican, whatever.
No,
We don't like to show our emotions. But last night, it didn't matter did your race or color or any of that nature. All them brothers was letting their emotions out because from what they seen. And I think that's what's going to allow us as going forward as men to like to say, you know what, them brothers can do it. We look up to these brothers that we don't need, these guys that we don't even know personally, watching on TV every Sunday, Monday, Thursday night, just allowing their emotions to flow because of that. They seen their brother fighting for his life, And I think that's
mhm.
going to help a lot of us going forward to not hold too much inside and just be a little vulnerable when we have to be. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Yeah.
you have to be, and to be. Look, what did I say? That's why I
Hmm.
named it that.
Yeah.
That means a lot right there.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That word right here,
real.
Mhm.
that word right there.
Yeah. Yes,
And
sir.
host,
For real.
while you got the logo on the screen, I just want to say to Damar's family, I made a donation earlier today to his charitable fund excuse me, on behalf of the Real to Sports podcast. Wanting to help him out, and right now, the last I checked, they raised over $5 million for him. So
Yes,
Wow.
and
that's the that's the one
it's counting. It's
that's the
going.
one beautiful thing about the situation. It's definitely unfortunate that it happened, but look at how it's brought everybody together. And we've all come together and rallied around this young man to support him.
That
And
shit. Excuse my language. I just got chills from just when you said that.
Five
Chills.
mil.
Chill. Like
Yeah, but
And last time I
you know,
checked earlier, it
and
had said 3.4 million. So to hear that it's at 5 million now is
it's
like,
going to
wow.
climb. Probably by Friday, probably be hell at 10. But
Hmm.
Probably might
you
be
know
past 10 by
the
Friday.
beauty about, like, I think what Rock said was about Buffalo and how they came together. That's how we are.
Hmm.
I only met one person in SQ, but y'all my brothers.
Yeah.
We just like Buffalo. So
Mhm.
if Street get, let's say Street hurt his ankle, I'm gonna get down just like how Buffalo. I may not be right there with him, but I'm gonna get
Hmm.
down on one knee because that's Street, my brother.
That's right.
Philly G is my brother. D-Rec is my brother. Rock is my brother. Mr.
Hmm.
President is my brother. The OG is my brother. True to
Definitely.
the game. Jay on the track.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Hmm.
Yeah, man. And that's good, that you say that
Brotherhood.
because you need everything. Everybody plays a part from the first responders right there that noticed that he needed CPR right away. They're getting him to the hospital and then they incubated him. Everybody played a role in, saving his brother's life, man. It's like a big team. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Just like
Hmm.
a teamwork, just like the football team.
Yeah.
And
To
you
see
just,
Buffalo get together like that, that was a beautiful. That was beautiful, man. That was
it
cool, man.
was.
Something that you don't see. And I believe Rock said that these guys, these getting together is emotional. They ain't care about this, and that's how we are here in the Real Sports Podcast, man. It ain't about the Raiders, the Cowboys, the Eagles, the Giants, the Jaguars, the Vikings. It ain't about that today. We all Buffalo fans
We all
today.
may
Mhm.
not agree
We
on a
all
lot of
Yeah.
Buffalo.
stuff,
Bills
but
Mafia,
my
baby.
brothers.
I'm gonna say it. We
Yeah,
all for
definitely.
Buffalo today, no doubt, no doubt, no
Oh
doubt.
yeah.
It's all for
Hmm.
Buffalo.
you know,
Most
And
one thing
definitely.
Yeah.
Don't no country come together like America when something go down.
When something goes down, that
Mhm.
actually needs to be everyday thing without the drama. Because
Yeah.
you know how we do. We only get together when funerals. You feel me? So
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's like
We need
That
to
is
be
true.
together
it's
on
something that
better days than that too.
That's
facts.
right.
So
We only get
it
together when the hurricanes and stuff are coming.
is
And I'm
right.
speaking,
We
figuratively.
shouldn't get together when it
But
gets
what about
trouble.
when the rainbow is out and the sun's shining? We in our own
Yeah.
world
Business.
or whatever.
In our own business there.
Yeah, no.
Right.
But
I
it's
like to say something real quick.
Yes, sir. Yes,
but
sir.
I like to say something in light of what happened. I want to let each one of you know that I love you. I care a lot about you. If you ever want to talk to me on a one-on-one basis, you can. I know I'm older than most of you, and maybe you might be experiencing things in life you want to talk about. I would love to talk to you. And so I just want to know that, let you know that I'm here for you. If you ever need me.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
That's
Appreciate
right.
that,
Definitely.
man.
That's
Definitely
that's right.
appreciate that.
He there, man. Cause I talk.
Yeah.
Me and Q, we talks.
Yeah, man. And if
That's
any of
a fact.
y'all, any of y'all in the Greensboro area and y'all don't have CPR and y'all want to learn it, just holler at me, man. It won't take no more than an hour. It's a great skill to have, and you can teach your family members. You can go ahead and teach your family members. You know what I mean? So if anybody want, just reach out, man. Let me know.
Okay. That's a fact.
Most definite. Most definite.
Anybody got something to say before we wrap this up, man? On Damar Hamlin. Y'all
uh,
good?
Hope he gets
Philly
to
G, you better come
recover.
on.
I
even
know
when
when
Better get it while it's hot,
Yeah,
Philly
you better
G.
come on, Philly G.
I know when he
We
decides to
all know
come
Philly
back.
G, boy.
all right. Just know, even when like I'm talking trash in the group or whatever, we're talking trash together or whatever. Notice I say brother all the time because I mean that. I
Yeah.
Yeah.
really mean that. Y'all my brothers. Whether I'm arguing with you, agreeing with you, whatever. If y'all ever need me, you can hit me up. Like I'm from what my friends tell me, I'm a best advice giver. Sometimes I need to take my own damn advice, but if you ever need anything, I'm there.
Yeah,
So
No
no
doubt.
doubt.
that's it. I ain't got nothing to say, but
I believe
y'all some
alone while he
great
cooling
man.
down.
Last thing. When he
Yes, sir.
does, when Hamlin does come back, the ratings are gonna go through the roof.
Oh, through the roof.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
nobody not gonna.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna stop what
Yeah. I'm
they're
an
doing.
optimist, man. So I'm
Yeah.
I'm thinking he's gonna make a full recovery.
I'm a
It's a
Buffalo
good thing
fan, baby. Let's go,
that he's
Buffalo.
breathing on his own. That's
Oh
a good sign.
Yeah.
What was
man,
it? What's his jersey number?
Three.
number
Three.
3.
Three.
Yeah, number three. Yeah, yep.
Yeah, let's go, Buffalo,
They're
That's
gonna
about
man.
to
be like,
sell
why
out.
you
That
bought
jersey
a
number about
girl's
this. His
jersey?
jersey about to sell out.
It's killing.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
killing
Oh
right
yeah.
now. It's insane.
That's good
And
for
that
him.
Yeah,
and that
it's
money
killing.
goes directly to the players too. Whenever you buy
Facts.
their jersey, it
And you
goes
know
directly to them.
what's crazy, man? I was watching an interview that he had just a day before when he was saying he was just really thankful for everybody and he really appreciate his friends because you just never know when you can be here today and gone tomorrow. He was just
Right.
on a talk show talking about that, man.
I saw that
Hmm.
too.
Yep.
Like
Hmm.
that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That is crazy. That is crazy, man.
Yep.
And again, man,
Seemed like a nice brother.
we are part of the Bills mafia, man. It's not about the Giants or the Eagles or the Cowboys, the Vikings, the Jaguars, no, the Raiders. We all for Buffalo. And it's
Why you
Buffalo
gotta point
strong,
all
man.
three of
So
us out first? Get it. Not
however,
off get it.
however it may be, baby, we
I'm messing with you,
Buffalo.
man. I'm messing
We
with
going for Buffalo, man. So
you.
yeah,
No
again,
doubt.
For
man,
sure.
we didn't want to come on today and talk about sports, and we feel like we needed to give honor and respect to uh, Damar Hamlin and his family. There's a lot of podcasts out here. There's not really the sports world right now is at a standstill because again, we all at a standstill, and our feelings and condolences is out for Damar Hamlin. So
Mm-hmm.
again, man, today we're not talking about sports. We're not going over the reviews or scores, anything like that. So again, man, this is what we do. on the Real to Sports podcast, man. This is what we do, man. We get real with it.
Most definite.
Most definitely.
Best
So,
the best podcast out here.
oh yeah, you better tell them. You better tell them. That's
Best
what we do,
podcast.
man. You better
But
tell them,
I
man.
could definitely say this.
Yes, sir.
For me, even though today is a Tuesday and we usually do like the reviews today on everything that happened Sunday and Monday, today was my first day being a part of the Real Man to Man Lounge.
Ah,
I
this
could
is
definitely
more.
say that.
Yeah,
This was
I
like
mean, okay.
this was more of the Man to Man Lounge where it wasn't sports involved. We would, what I mean, just brothers sitting here talking amongst each other about a certain topic and what I mean, just coming together, sharing our own opinions and thoughts
Yeah,
and whatnot about a
yeah,
certain
Yeah.
topic.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And
This show is dedicated, no doubt, all the way to number 3, man. This is
Yes, sir.
dedicated to him, and man, and like I say, man, I'm gonna go ahead and end it. As always, that's our show for today. Again, man, we want to thank you guys for watching the show. Remember, it ain't about no thumbs up today. It's not about thumbs up. It's not about subscribing and turn on the bell for all notifications. You know how my whole shtick as I go through the blah blah blah. But it's not about that. It's not about that, man. And just remember to pray for the Buffalo Bills organization, for the Hamlin family, and most importantly for Damar Hamlin himself, man. Remember that. So, it's also a pleasure to talk about Damar Hamlin in front of these elite men right here, man. These guys right here, I'm telling you, man, it's always great to have a platform to talk anything with these guys right here. So again, man, brothers, thank y'all for being on the show tonight. I know it was tough, Mr. President. I know it was tough, bro, but appreciate you sticking it out, brother. That means a lot. It means a lot. Stay strong. Stay strong. And don't
Appreciate
forget,
y'all.
bro, you ain't in this walk alone, bro. You are
Trust
not
me,
in
you're
this
not,
walk
man.
alone. You are not in
Trust me,
this
you're
walk
not.
alone. No doubt,
Yeah.
no doubt. So, ladies and gentlemen, Saturday, we'll be back Saturday at a very, very early time, 10 a.m. 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Those who can make it. 10 a.m. I'm not expecting anybody to wake up in the morning to watch the
Yes, it
show.
will be there.
I'm not expecting anybody to get up and watch the show. We'll be covering week 18, the very last week of the regular 2022 regular season. We will be back again at 10 a.m. Saturday, and the reason why, real quick, is because I am coaching YMCA basketball, and my first game is
Coach
Saturday.
Carter.
Good luck.
Yeah,
Where your
man.
first game at?
Hayes Taylor.
Hayes Taylor. That's right. Okay.
YMCA at 1:00. So
All
show
right.
starts. We're gonna start a Real Sports talk show at 10 a.m. Saturday. So we'll be back, man. We'll be back with some predictions, and we'll be back with some sports talk, man. And on behalf of myself and these elite gentlemen right here, the Real Sports Podcast panel, we want to say thank you for watching. And remember, Damar Hamlin. Remember him, man. And we wish him a speedy recovery. Good night.
Yes, sir. Good night.
No doubt.